Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, is one of the most revered prophets in Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. His story is beautifully detailed in Surah Yusuf, chapter 12 of the Quran, and is considered a lesson in patience, faith, and divine wisdom. 1. Birth and early life. Prophet Yusuf was the beloved son of Prophet Yaqub, Jacob, peace be upon him. His mother was Rahil, Rachel, and he had 11 brothers. Among them, his younger brother Benjamin, was the closest to him. One night, Yusuf had a dream where he saw 11 stars, the sun, and the moon bowing down to him. He shared this dream with his father, who immediately recognized its significance. Yaqub warned Yusuf not to tell his brothers, as he feared their jealousy. 2. The brothers' jealousy and betrayal. Yusuf's brothers grew envious of their father's love for him. They plotted against him and convinced their father to let Yusuf accompany them to the countryside. Once alone, they threw him into a deep well and left him there, falsely telling their father that a wolf had devoured him. A caravan passing by the well found Yusuf and took him to Egypt, where he was sold into slavery. 3. Yusuf in Egypt, the trial in the palace. Yusuf was bought by Al-Aziz, the chief minister of Egypt, who treated him kindly and raised him in his household. However, as Yusuf grew into a handsome and righteous man, he faced a great test. The minister's wife, Zuleika, was deeply infatuated with him. One day, she tried to seduce him, but he refused out of fear of Allah. As he attempted to escape, she grabbed his shirt and tore it from behind. At that moment, the minister entered the room. Zuleika falsely accused Yusuf, but a witness from her household testified that if Yusuf's shirt was torn from the back, it meant she was lying. The truth became evident, yet Yusuf was still imprisoned to save the minister's honor. 4. Yusuf in prison, interpretation of dreams. While in prison, Yusuf met 2 fellow prisoners. They asked him to interpret their dreams. 1. One saw himself pressing grapes into wine. 2. The other saw himself carrying bread on his head, which birds were eating. Yusuf, by Allah's wisdom, interpreted their dreams. The first would be released and serve the king. The second would be executed. Both predictions came true. Before the first prisoner left, Yusuf asked him to mention his case to the king, but he forgot, leaving Yusuf in prison for several years. 5. The king's dream and Yusuf's release. One night, the king of Egypt had a dream where he saw 7 fat cows being eaten by 7 lean ones and 7 green ears of grain followed by 7 dry ones. None of his advisors could interpret it. The freed prisoner remembered Yusuf and told the king about him. Yusuf interpreted the dream as a prophecy. 7 years of prosperity would be followed by 7 years of famine. The people should store food wisely during the prosperous years. The king was amazed by Yusuf's wisdom and ordered his release. 6. Yusuf's rise to power. Recognizing his honesty and intelligence, the king appointed Yusuf as the Minister of Finance, Treasurer of Egypt. He managed Egypt's resources wisely, ensuring they had enough grain for the upcoming famine. 7. The reunion with his brothers. During the famine, Yusuf's brothers traveled to Egypt to buy food, not knowing that the treasurer was their own brother. Yusuf recognized them but did not reveal his identity. He asked them to bring their youngest brother, Benjamin, next time. When they returned with Benjamin, Yusuf planted a golden cup in his bag and accused him of theft as part of a test. He kept Benjamin in Egypt and tested his brothers to see if they had changed. When they showed remorse and pleaded for Benjamin, Yusuf finally revealed his identity. "I am Yusuf, and this is my brother. Allah has certainly favored us." The brothers were ashamed, but Yusuf forgave them completely. 8. The reunion with his father. Yusuf sent his brothers back with his shirt and instructed them to place it on their father's face. When they did, Yaqub's blindness was miraculously healed. Yaqub and his entire family then moved to Egypt, where they were warmly received by Yusuf. Finally, Yusuf's childhood dream came true when his parents and brothers bowed before him in respect, just as he had seen in his vision. 9. The death of Prophet Yusuf. Yusuf lived a prosperous life in Egypt, guiding the people with wisdom. Before his death, he requested to be buried in Palestine with his ancestors. His body was later taken there by Musa, Moses, peace be upon him. Lessons from Prophet Yusuf's story. 1. Patience in hardship. Yusuf endured betrayal, slavery, and prison with steadfast faith. 2. Trust in Allah's plan. Even in the darkest times, Allah's wisdom unfolds in ways we cannot foresee. 3. Forgiveness. Yusuf forgave his brothers despite their cruelty. 4. Modesty and integrity. He resisted temptation and remained righteous. 5. Wisdom in leadership. He ruled Egypt justly, ensuring people's survival. This story remains one of the most powerful narratives of faith, resilience, and divine wisdom.